a broken wasteland. Come to my fire and place your blood and steel upon my pyre. Oh.
What's going on, metalheads? Thank you all for tuning in this week to the Metal Forge. My name is Mark Jackson and I am your host, and Jason Gardner from the Ale-Horn is here this week. Dude, what's going on?
Speaking of Ale-Horn, yeah, I'm way behind. I do apologize. I'm aware of the situation.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you're a busy dude. You work a lot in the summer, and you've got small kids and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I totally get it. I mean, you're not the only one from Flamekeeper not putting out content.
Feeling for you and Aaron just like fall apart.
Yeah, I know. We'd fucking like, I don't know. See, I kind of like thinking about the Lemmy thing with that, and it's just like I'm not qualified to do much else, so this is what I have right now. But this week we have Horseburner on the Metal Forge, and they have just recently put out a new album called Voice of Storms, and I have it right here on CD.
My vinyl's actually upstairs, but I
nice.
have it also.
So hell yeah. On Blues Funeral, super rad stuff. Dude, you have some you wanted to talk about this. You were like, oh, come on, let's do this Horseburner one. Dude,
yeah, man.
So let's talk about it.
So I don't want to take this as like fanboying because I know them. So maybe like it's weird to like be like high praise on this album since I like know Adam and Jack somewhat pretty decently. But yeah, man, this is another fucking really good album that will probably send them from dive bars into dive theaters. Yes, that would be the next step if there is such a thing. I don't know. So yeah, they're on a tour with Black Tusk, U.S. tour on Black Tusk in support of the album. They've been doing some touring around here. They're coming back to Asheville in an unannounced tour later this fall. What I've heard, you heard it here first. If it's true, which I think it is. But yeah, the album is just really good, man. Like I'm impressed like how this band is so fucking good and nobody knows about them. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I mean, it's just like the musicianship is just like, I wouldn't say second to none, but it's a lot better than a lot of stuff I hear nowadays from bands that are supposed to be amazing or stuff like that.
No, you're absolutely right.
So yeah.
And honestly, that's the thing that I think a lot of bands fall into now, for not only one, because it's a super saturated market.
It is, yeah.
But, for the 120 fucking meh or okay bands out there, there's, 10 or 20 super fucking bands out there. Horseburner being one of them. And it's just almost like, I think it falls along the same thing of these bigger bands not taking bands like Horseburner and Haunt and them out on tours.
Well, a lot of the bigger bands don't want to be shown up. A lot of bigger bands take out other bigger bands and short ticket sales are high. That's a thing too.
Well, sure.
Yeah, it's also, like I guess you have to be a certain size to utilize stages that they play on. Like when Metallica took out the Sword, I thought it was cool, but the Sword wasn't really equipped for that big stage. Like they didn't have what they needed to fill that in. Like
sure.
Metallica did all this stuff. So I think sometimes like there's a gap between like the lower bigger band and then like the upper smaller bands. Like it's just they just don't have enough. They're not quite there yet with like stage presence or like props.
Well, sure.
If you want to go that far.
And not only that, but I think too, though, I mean, like on the thing like the Sword or whatever, I mean, the times I saw them, they kind of just stood there anyway. So, they're used to that not walking around on stage thing.
I've said it before. Before they got on the tours with Metallica, they actually had some fire under them. When they hit it big with Metallica one, I think they lost a lot of drive because that was like they made it moment. They were like, we're good now, and obviously those tours didn't last forever.
Sure.
And then putting out a couple of like compared to their first 3, possibly 4. I don't know. Some people like Acrophon. As you can see in the back, I have the signed posters and right here under the Testament scarf.
Sure.
But yeah, Acrophon's like could be hit or miss for some people. I like it, but yeah, the ones after that, like the live album they put out, and Use Future, and High Country, and then Low Country were like pretty big disappointments to like sword purists.
Sure.
And I think they lost a lot of audience, and they were kind of bitter about it. I remember Kyle Shutt saying that, you know, he don't know why people quit coming. I was like, well, dude, I was like, your output just kind of dropped. It's kind of boring, you know, and yeah, now supposedly they're not around anymore, even though I have seen their name on some festival poster for like next year. So,
well, sure, because it's the trendy thing to do at this point. You know, it's been 5 years, and now Slayer's doing festival appearances.
Hold out for that big money. I've seen that Andreas Kisser from Sepultura version No Cavalera. Was saying that he'd be open to playing with the Cavaleras, and now I've seen that Max Cavalera that said that he'd be open if it was the right circumstances. So basically playing the seed for headlining slot next festival season. You heard it here first.
Yeah, sure.
Because they put it out in the media to plant the seed, and they need headliners. They need different headliners.
Well, yeah, so because
they'll be on it. They'll be a sub headliner or a headliner for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, you know, mark it on the fucking calendar. I mean, they're probably going to play Steel and Stone next year and headline it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not a huge Sepultura fan, so that wouldn't be my pick. I tend to pick bands I actually like, not necessarily from size. Some you know go on to be somewhat bigger. Some were already big, and then you know some just reemerge like a fucking locust. Every once in a while, play one show and never heard from them again either. Initials TTD. But you know,
once every 17 years.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like the Cicadas of fucking power metal here.
No shit.
But yeah, but yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't care about the big festivals anymore. I mean, they're very predictable. You know, there's never any surprises because like you just kind of see it telegraphed. Like, oh, Pantera, we're gonna do some shows, and it's like, yeah. Then it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do all these festivals too, and then oh yeah, we're gonna do all the European festivals, and never gonna go away. And you're never gonna get a full Blackout or full Black Label Society tour because Pantera's wrapped up for next 6 years. Troy Benante has fill-ins for Anthrax because he's tied up for next 6 years. You know,
sure.
Down plays like 1 or 2 shows because Phil's tied up for next 6 years. So
yeah, and honestly, because it's been almost 2 now.
I would say go on 3 almost, isn't it?
Yeah. With the 2025 dates in Europe, yeah, it'll be 3 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, it seems a little bit more than a one-off thing, or, you know.
Yeah, how long do celebrations last for? Jesus Christ, I
mean, Kiss was fucking celebrating their fucking farewell for fucking 25 years.
Kiss might be the only band I know of that put out a farewell tour and then put out like 2 albums after the farewell tour.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Rock and Roll Over, not Rock and Roll Over. What am I talking about? That was from the 70s. They had the Walmart one, and then there was one before that. I'm pretty sure
there was Sonic Boom, and then there was
maybe it was just one.
No, there Monster.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, they put out 2 albums after the fucking farewell tour back in 2001, which I attended. No, 2000. Sorry, I attended that tour with Skid Row and Ted Nugent.
Right. Yeah, I didn't go to that. I didn't see Kiss until 2019.
Well, some people would say you never saw Kiss then.
Sure, because Paul Stanley's piped in and.
Well, no, it was because there's no Ace or Peter.
Sure.
They were on the 2001 farewell tour.
Yes.
So the Kiss logic, it was just a farewell tour for the original lineup, not really for the band.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that.
What this has to do with Horseburner, I have no fucking clue, but here we are.
Dude, you know how it is. You know how it is here with everything on the Metal Forge. We start fucking talking about shit.
Get back to Horseburner, yeah. If you're not familiar, listen to listen to the interview, then listen to the albums. I recommend all the releases, even their first CD, which I can't remember the name of, but I have
Dirt
somewhere.
City.
Dirt City, yeah. I have the CD, maybe the tape even. I don't know. But yeah. So I remember these guys jumped on a show with us back in like 2012,
Sure,
something like that. Yeah, in Knoxville, Tennessee, at a place called the Long Branch Saloon. They had a song called "We Expire." They don't play it anymore, but I thought that was like the coolest song I'd heard in a long time, and I've been a fanboy ever since, and not ashamed to admit it.
hell yeah. And obviously, you know, there's links below, so do the like, the share, and the follow, and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Voice of Storms. You know, we were talking about it on the interview, and we'll get into it here as well. Like, I absolutely love the artwork design for both The Thief and Voice of Storms.
Yeah, the Brian Mercer stuff.
Because it's like super fucking detailed. They look like they're supposed to be part of the same thing. I just love that stuff. Like the super close detail. One of my favorite artists is Mobius, or was Mobius for that. And he had some really awesome fucking like super thin line stuff.
Right. Well, don't sleep on Dead Seeds Barren Soil album either.
Oh, hell no.
That's no slouch either. So.
No, and actually, you know, that's the thing of what we were talking about. They've constantly put out fucking bangers, and it's like like one of the greatest bands never heard kind of shit. And I hate to say that, because that's what the Metal Forge is about fucking, you know, making sure this stuff gets heard.
Yeah. I would love to say, I don't know who's doing the Facebook ads for this album, but putting them in the sludge metal category is kind of like a weird one to me.
Yeah.
Considering it's not really, there's really nothing sludgy about it. It's not slow.
Well,
maybe the tuning, maybe some of the vocal styles, but it's not sludge. And some people have been calling that out. Like, what the hell? This is awesome, but what the hell are you talking about? This isn't sludge metal at all. So,
I mean, it's part of that.
Don't be fooled by that. Just take a listen for it. It's just a weird, it's the weird marketing thing that's kind of just that doesn't really describe them accurately.
Well, and I mean too, it's almost like the blend with the stoner metal.
Yeah, I mean, I would call it more like just like post and prog more than stoner. I mean, yeah, it's stoner, but it's not. I mean, first of all, they're not named after a weed apparatus of any kind. Just get that out of the way. So, yeah, that's the first track.
I mean, that's
cliche,
but
you can't do that. You can't be a real stoner band, not be, you know, like Bone Ripper or something. I mean, that's probably a real band name. I'm not calling you out for anything in particular. I'm just saying, like that style of, you know, band name.
Sure. Yeah, the cliche aspect to it.
Exactly. I think I was talking to you the other night. I think I named off like 10 fucking bands that were just like I knew, and that's just the ones I knew that had like names like that. You're like, are those all real? I'm like, yeah, they are actually. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
seriously?
right.
Like, yeah.
So yeah, check it out. We're gonna play a song from it because that's what we do here. What would you say you do here?
Yeah.
We play fucking music and we play fucking rock and roll, right?
Right. That's right.
And that's where the Lemmy thing comes in. We play rock and roll. So, dude, off of Voice of Storms, what do you want to hear?
Man, I thought you were going to suggest to play one off the earlier albums, because I know I know the outro song is off Voice of Storms.
Yeah.
So let's do David from Dead Seeds, Barren Soil.
Hang on.
If you don't have it, I got it.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Okay, I'll get it.
So, hell yeah. Here it comes. This is David. 3, 2, 1. All right, metalheads, we are being joined this week from... Holy shit, where are we? Oh, but for one, I've got Jason Gardner here in the Metal Forge for this interview. Jason, what's up?
Not much, man. Excited to be here. Want to talk to one of my favorite bands.
Of course, right? Yeah. And, you know, we're this is kind of a thing again. You're starting to do a couple more of these interviews. It's like once every couple of months now instead of every week.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't want to drive the ratings down and
shit, dude, you get the best ratings out of any show. But anyways, we've got fucking Horseburner here this week, and they have just put out a new album a couple of weeks ago called Voice of Storms. Dudes, what's fucking going on?
Hey, man. First of all, thanks for having us on the podcast. We appreciate it. Nice talking to some old friends. Jason, we know and love Jason.
Yes.
yeah, man. It's always good to see you in person or on screen.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
All good.
And of course, you all are no strangers to where my neck of the woods either. I'm from the Louisville area, so I know you all have been up here quite a bit and played and stuff. So, who do we have in the room with us tonight?
Oh, so I'm Ryan. I play bass. The new guy.
Ryan's the new guy. He's about 2 years into his shift. I'm Adam. I play drums and sing.
I'm Jack. I play guitar and sing. And our other dude, Matt, isn't here because
He didn't.
for whatever reason. He shows up when he wants to.
And he's the bass player?
He's the other guitar player.
Oh, he's the other
This
guitar
is our
player.
bass player.
You're the bass player, right on. Definitely.
Yeah.
I was about to say, because if he was a bass player, I mean, I could totally get that because we do our own.
That is a bass player trait, I will say.
It is. We do our own fucking
I
thing,
try
man.
real hard to not do that, but you know.
Okay. Exception to the rule.
So, how is Virginia these days?
I'm sorry?
You all are in Virginia, correct?
Oh, Cardinal Sin, man.
No.
West Virginia.
Oh, shit. Oh, then
We
hang
take
on.
that very personally.
I might have to kick ass to the Metal Archives here. Do they have wrong info on here? I think they do.
They might.
It's
Oh,
always
dude, no,
possible.
they're right. They're right. I was wrong. I just didn't see the West in there. Holy shit, I'm an
There was-
asshole. How's West
there was like a
Virginia?
whole
Sorry,
floor
we can
about
cut
it.
that. How's West Virginia?
Depressing.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I think that's anywhere where it's like just trees, isn't it?
Not where we live. Like, we have to drive a little bit to get to the pretty part, because everyone always says, West Virginia is so pretty. We live, well, Jack and I live in, like, an abandoned industrial town with a bunch of empty power plants.
You all live in the actual Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
we're basically in Ohio.
Oh shit! Wow. So you live up near the top there, right on.
Yeah, Ryan is from Morgantown, about 2 hours away from Jack and me. So
Right on.
he lives in a college town.
So did you drive up for this?
I do this like once a week, sometimes twice a week.
Holy shit! Wow, that's a hell of a trek for I'm in a band that's 2 hours away for every member to get to the central point. So
Yeah.
I totally, that 4 hour round trip on that Saturday is just like, wow, man, why am I doing this? It's for fucking fun. That's
And
why.
there's been a few nights I'll be driving back and I'm like, wow, I gotta be at work in like 4 hours. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's generally work.
I
And,
get it.
Matt also lives 2 hours the other direction from us. So it's a similar situation there for him too.
Yeah.
Wow. Jason, aren't you glad that like everybody there lives there?
Yeah, Ryan lives like 30 minutes away. And Chad, I guess, does now too. So they got a long commute. I live 2 minutes away from my barn, and then Micah, whatever he does,
Right.
comes up.
Wherever he is.
I mean,
He stays at a few different places, so I don't know where he's at any given Sunday, but he shows up. on
Hey.
time, so.
speaking of that, we should do a watch along one time, and that could be one of the watch alongs during football
Any
season.
given Sunday,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So, dudes, what's going on? How is the new album process going? I mean, y'all just put it out back in June. Stellar artwork. I mean, awesome shit.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
We tapped Brian Mercer from up in the Philly area to do our art. He did the 2019 record, The Thief, and we were so blown away by what he does. We asked him to be involved in this project too, and yeah, I mean, dude just takes a big swing and nails it every time.
I love like the ultra detail on the album covers. It reminds me of, like, if you've ever seen Mobius, the artist. He had done a lot of like post-apocalyptic future settings, but like the super fine line detail of shit is in there, and it looks so awesome. And that's what I love about the two album covers with you all, is because there's so much detail on there, and it's just like looking at every single line and seeing what I can find next, which has always been a great thing.
I love stuff like that too, because like when I was a kid, you go buy, like, in my case, CDs, sometimes cassettes and stuff. And as I'm listening to it, I like to pull up the album art, and like I'm just checking it out while I'm listening to the songs. So it's cool having artwork that someone else can enjoy that kind of experience too.
It's like you almost notice something new about it each time you look at it too.
Yeah,
definitely. No, and I'm looking at the Thief right now, and just the details in just the plant life alone. And then going back and seeing like the skulls and the birds and everything is how it's intertwined, and the color palette for it is pretty cool too, because in metal, you do get a lot of reds and blacks and purples and dark colors, but this is quite the opposite, as well as for the latest album.
Yeah, the color scheme really when Mercer got a hold of me with the sketches, he was showing me sketches along the way, and I'm just blown away by, like he said, the line work and the details, because I'm a huge sucker for that kind of art style anyway. And then when he sent the final colored version, it almost surprised me, because he's normally so vibrant with his colors, and this new one is muted in a way.
Sure.
That kind of like, the whole album is a little bit of like in a dream state almost. So the muted colors really actually kind of fit with the whole mood of the record. So it was just like, I don't know, just once again, dude's just, no one touches him. You know what I mean?
Nailed it great.
For sure. And, and it's funny that you say that, because I thought the exact same thing about The Thief. Listening back to it and just looking at the cover while I'm listening to it, and it all kind of fits, because there's so many awesome moving parts in that album that, just like the musical interludes and everything, from the intro track, The Thief, to, Seas Between and everything like that. So I really dig that. And I think the visual aspect, adding it to music, where you can have a visual to look direct in your face with that, is pretty fucking badass. I think it conjures the thing of why we all looked at fucking like the Hair of the Dog album cover and shit, and Rain and Blood and whatever the case may be.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack actually has a background in arts and graphic arts and stuff like that.
Somewhat.
Used to.
Art school dropout,
Hell yeah.
Art school dropout. Wow.
Yeah.
So so when that happens, do you all have the say in what's going into the art, or is it, do you try to make it, how do you all handle that?
It kind of varies project to project. Yeah, we don't have a set process, really. Yeah. Just kind of whatever feels right for whatever we're doing at the time. Sometimes we'll just hit up artists on Instagram that we like, be like, hey, I like this design. How much would you want for us to put on a shirt? Yeah. And so there's this girl over, and I can't remember where she is in Europe, but her Instagram handle is Subterranean Prince. And she is just one of my absolute favorite artists I've seen on Instagram in forever. And she posted a design that was for sale, and I couldn't message her fast enough to buy it. I don't even think I cleared it with these guys. I was just like, hey, how much for that? And then I told them, hey, I just bought this design. We're making a shirt.
That's got to be pretty cool, though, because then, if you're all three doing that, it kind of takes the burden off of just one of you to come up and stick to an actual trained design, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's kind of, again, where Jack has that actual background and I don't, but I come from like a theater drama background. And so I have kind of an aesthetic in mind. And then I kind of rely on Jack to kind of focus my wild ADHD ideas into like something workable.
Yeah.
I get that. I think that's kind of how we are too.
I'm the ideas guy when it comes to art, but then I get the ideas thrown at me and see if I can present them in a way.
Make sense of the idea.
Yeah.
I get that. Jason, what do you got to add?
I just bought a shirt at a kid's birthday party, or a shirt design at a kid's birthday party about 3 weeks ago myself. I just saw it online. I was like, how much do you want for this? He's like, told me the price. I was like, oh, well, Euro to USD is a little out of my range. And he's like, he dropped it like $50. I was like, hold on, let me get my credit card. I'll send it right to you. So,
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, shit. I was like, we have some singles we want to release this year. I was like, we should. I sent it to Mike. I was like, we should write a song on this design. I don't even know what the hell's going on, but just get inspired by it. This is gonna be a shirt release and a song release at the same time. He's like, sounds good. So yeah, I do the same thing too. We just buy shit we like.
I love that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And then the other side of the coin is, talking to artists that we respect and then like commissioning them to create something for us, which is always really cool. One of our really good friends, Bill Cole in Old Time Moonshine, not only is he one of our favorite bands and our favorite people, but he's also a great artist. And so he's done lots of flyers for us, and he actually did the 2 singles we released prior to the record, The Gift and Hidden Bridges. Mm-hmm. He did the single covers for the Spotify art.
Oh, sweet.
So it's cool, like becoming friends with the people you respect.
Yeah, definitely. And with that, it's totally rad to just sit there and say, hey, I really like this. Let's work together on something.
Yeah.
For sure. So going from the Thief to Voice of Storms, with it being similar covers, would you say that they are kind of concept related? Or are they? I mean,
100% concept records.
Yes.
Oh, do you mean the 2 albums though? Are the 2 albums related?
Yes.
Oh, no.
No?
Each one is its own standalone thing.
Okay.
But each one is a concept record.
For sure. Well, I kind of gathered that they were, but like based on the way the artwork looks for both, they look like they could very well be a related piece.
So the storylines do not intertwine, but the concepts of the record are both set kind of in this same, I don't know, it's kind of like this nondescript past that may or may not exist, but it's very pastoral. It's almost a little medieval. And that's kind of like where all the stories that I write and that we write kind of take place. So it's like same universe, but stories that don't touch each other.
Sure. No, I think that's totally rad, yeah. And I've always thought to try and do something like that, but never been able to. So kudos to you all for being able to. That, I guess it's my concept writing is it needs work.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. But again, like drama major, English major, like that's just where my brain goes. And Matt, who's not here, loves Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, yeah.
And you're looking at 3 giant Rush nerds. So like concept storytelling's kind of just in the DNA of the
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So what are you all planning to do for the rest of the year now?
Let's see. We got a 3-week run out to the West Coast and back coming up.
Working on that.
Yeah.
We're going to be going out in November with our friends in 20 Watt Tombstone.
Fuck yeah.
We are hoping to do a few shows with our good friends in Restless Spirit. We're waiting on some details there, but we love those dudes, and their record they put out recently was amazing. So yeah, just booking shows and getting back on the road.
Hell yeah. Anywhere in particular you're trying to get to this year? Or are you trying to get to, is it feasible to get over to like Europe this year for you all?
Looking at the calendar, probably not this year, but I would say early 2025 would be our goal for that.
Hell yeah. So sticking with the states, hell yeah, nothing wrong with that. Going out west, going out with 20-watt tombstone, anything, anywhere you would be a dream place you'd want to pick up on tour.
In the U.S.?
In the U.S., yeah.
Okay, so this is a super dorky thing that I'm trying to do. I'm state collecting, and I want to play like the continental 48 states. And as of now, I think we're at 38 or 39.
Yeah,
nice.
So and we'll be picking up a couple extra in the fall. So
yeah, yeah,
hell yeah.
So we should be at like 45 by the end of the fall, hopefully.
Nice.
So
dude, that's fucking killer.
We need to hit Montana and Idaho, Arkansas. Somehow we've never played Arkansas.
Yeah,
and we've never played Rhode Island. Somehow.
What's that?
Interesting.
Yeah, you probably drove through it, didn't even know it.
I think we aimed for Rhode Island and missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You blink and you miss it. It's definitely not Texas. God damn, because it's there.
Oh, Lord.
that drive across from fucking Texarkana to fucking El Paso is the longest fucking drive ever.
Dude, so I've never traveled like this before I joined this band. And the first time I went out with them, I remember it was like my driving shift. And we're passing over Louisiana into Texas, and I see El Paso, 800 blah, blah, blah miles. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's a trip.
It is. And it is, I mean, you spend the entire day in Texas. Maybe two.
Yeah. When we did the album release tour for The Thief, I think we played Arizona and then drove from Tempe to El Paso.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then the next day, I think we drove from El Paso to Austin. Yeah. So,
yeah, which is over 2 days, like
1,200 miles in 2 days or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because it's like, what's that?
Not the dumbest drive we've done though.
Yeah.
This same tour, we played Salt Lake City on a Thursday and Seattle on a Friday.
Jesus. That's like
that was like 16 hours in the car.
16-hour drive. We loaded up right after the show in Salt Lake and started driving immediately.
And drove all night, all day.
Got into Seattle and like maybe about 3 o'clock the next day.
Wow.
And when then load in was at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always when you're cutting it close. I think mine, other than driving to having a tour planned and most of your shows falling through except for like 3 of them and still going on tour.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
In there.
Yes.
Yeah, to fucking California and fucking back. Yeah. Yeah, that was probably the, quote, dumbest drive I think I ever did. But it was still the funnest fucking drive I ever did. But like fucking 8 hours between shows. Fucking ridiculous fucking drive time. Fucking, it's like, don't fucking do that shit ever again. Fucking driving from fucking Milwaukee to fucking Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Once you get west of the Mississippi or so, then like you don't really have much choice what to do.
Oh, sure.
Those kind of drives.
Yeah, that is true because it is a lot. I was talking with somebody about this a while back about the touring schedule. It's like if you ever notice, the West Coast bands usually hit the same cities. They'll hit like Fresno and then Portland and Bend and Seattle and Vancouver and then Boise and then fucking Salt Lake and then Denver, and it's like bam, 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 and there's the fucking tour like route through there, which is cool as shit. And it's interesting because, you know, we've kind of got the same thing here with in the Louisville area, because, you know, we've got Louisville, Cincy, Indy, Evansville, St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, you know, Columbus at that point, or Akron, one of the two, and it's like, and then Nashville. So you got the regional thing as well. So that's pretty cool as shit.
Kind of fun. A few months back, we did what I was calling the World Tour of Ohio with Lopan.
Dude, that's the thing about Ohio is it fucking feels like it goes forever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. You could be, and they're fucking literally fucking 40 minutes apart from one another. And it's Cincinnati and Dayton. And fucking, it still feels like fucking forever to get to Dayton from Cincinnati.
That's just the flatness of Ohio.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
plus the state cops there fucking suck. Because they're all over the highway.
They like to get you.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's my God-given right as a West Virginia citizen to complain about Ohio, but I gotta admit, I always have a great time playing Ohio.
Yeah, we played some fantastic shows in Ohio, especially recently.
And so many people that we love are in that state.
Yeah, so many great bands come from that area too. It's insane.
But that is not going to stop us from talking shit on Ohio. Though.
Oh,
Exactly
fuck
right.
no. I mean, you've got what? It just even in like super heavy, you've got fucking Midnight and Destructor. You know, both from Cleveland alone. So, I mean, Split the Abyss from Cincinnati is fucking awesome. Fucking, you know, Woody and those guys up there. So fucking, yeah, there's so many good fucking bands from Ohio that, yeah, it's kind of hard to not talk shit about the state because it is what it is. It's, but you know, if you partake, they do have legal weed there. So, if you partake, so.
My theory is that people want to leave so bad that they start these really great bands so they can go tour out of that state.
Indiana's that way too. It's
like the more astronauts are from Ohio than any other state. Like they're trying to leave, man.
Yeah, that's the reason. What's that, Jason?
Is Bob Evans the Waffle House of Ohio by any chance? Because I noticed a lot of them up there. The one time I've been through there,
they're based out of Ohio. So.
Yeah, it was like damn. There's a lot of these restaurants around here.
Yeah.
So if you drive to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, Ryan's got my
home of the Mothman
here. If you drive to Point Pleasant, you will actually go through Ohio for a little bit, and you will drive past the Bob Evans farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
we're not terribly far away from the heartland, I guess.
The
Heartland, the epicenter.
That goddamn fucking Bob Evans fucking turkey gravy, man.
I don't want Waffle House now.
Yeah.
I just had it today. Actually, I took my kids there for lunch. I had to run some errands.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You just drop them off.
No, I ate with them. I'm not that cruel. I can't leave them at Waffle House. They don't know how to fight yet.
Yeah, they're not old enough to fight.
I mean, I know it was like 1:30 in the afternoon, but you never know. I mean,
come on, man, they got to learn sometime.
That's a good point.
I think 1:30 is perfect time because they'll probably be lightweights.
Come on, let's go to Taekwondo training at the Waffle House.
Oh my gosh, it's the hash brown belt,
dude.
One of the Waffle Houses here in Nashville is starting to let bands play early in the morning, so could be a thing.
Wait, did you say bands play early in the morning?
Yeah, like 2 in the morning. They'll let bands play and shit. One of the ones here. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, our friends in a band called Arcaris years ago got to play in a Waffle House, and the footage was insane. It is.
I was about to say,
great.
They better have filmed that and made it a video.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it and send it to you guys. But yeah, it's like right next to the jukebox.
That's awesome.
Imagine getting your coffee warmed up between songs. Like, that'd be incredible.
Hell yeah. And I mean, could you imagine fucking the band could easily fucking step on the roaches for the staff?
Yeah.
I was in pest control for some number of years, and I know how Waffle House is.
Yeah.
Not all of them are that way, but there's a lot of them that are that way.
We don't want to talk about it because then you
don't want to go, right? Then you don't want to go.
Exactly.
No, so fucking that's really cool, Jason. I wanna fucking go to the fucking 2 a.m. Waffle House party.
Yeah, it's on a tunnel road if you're interested.
That's the dream.
Oh, gee. God damn. Talk about a fucking cover charge that sucks ass. It's a fucking toll road to get there?
No, tunnel road. It's the name of the road.
Tunnel road. Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like you said toll road. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. We don't have tolls here yet.
Fuck that. That's got to be a fucking. I know that for me, that's an annoying pain in the ass on touring. How is it for you all?
Yeah, it's pretty. It can be pretty bad, especially up in the Northeast when there's like toll every 3 roads, and then when you drive a huge van, they charge you more.
Yep.
Yeah. And we stopped pulling a trailer, but these, they charge per axle too. So it's the Northeast especially is pretty bad with toll roads.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, up in New York, I know fucking Houston's terrible about it. Around the 810 or whatever it is they've got down there in Houston that fucking goes around the entire city is all fucking tolled. Yeah, Louisville has fucking toll bridges and shit now. Fucking it all sucks. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, Florida does too. That's how I know That's how I know the South stops at Georgia, because Florida has toll roads and like nowhere else around here does. So, we don't claim Florida down here. That's like what they would say Yankee shit around here.
Well, I mean, really, when you think about Florida, it's fucking Leonard Skinner and old people.
Yeah, and now tolls. So.
And now tolls.
Yeah, tolls too.
And
death metal, of course.
Oh yeah, and death metal. So you said you were a state collector, which is awesome, by the way. I think that's a rad thing. I'm kind of that way too with because my dad drove a semi truck, and I was a state collector with him like that. And so, other than just saying, "Hey, I've been there," do you buy a piece of something from the state?
No.
You don't.
So
you don't stop at the Buc-ee's and.
I collect trucker hats.
Okay.
And it's funny, I'm not wearing one right now, but I tried to get one from every state that we're in. I haven't been as successful as of late, but I tried to find them.
Hell yeah. I was going to say, do you collect the fucking refrigerator magnet of the state when you're in the state?
I haven't. I guess I could start.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you've got to go back.
Well, now, like, I kind of want to do, like, a coffee mug from every state.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, the band collection thing, I think we all do it. We all have, just goofy shit that we all collect, like like behind me here. You can see behind Jason. I've taken a liking to your Star Wars posters, that they're framed. I love that. And it's the 3 classic covers that are the CBS Fox video covers. I love those.
So I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see this.
You got started now.
The A New Hope poster is not the same exact format as the other two.
No, it's not.
So they make one that is, but that's not the original. That's the original.
Sure. Oh yeah, because it's got the white border around it.
Exactly.
Yep. I actually was going through a clean out at one of those houses of a pest control apartment, and they had a CBS Fox video box set. And I was like, I gotta fucking buy this, or I gotta get this. I gotta take this.
Yeah.
Just because it's the trilogy I grew up on.
Dude, and they don't sell. There's no way to get that now unless you know how to like do illegal things on the internet. But
we're musicians here. We all know how to do illegal things on the internet.
So whenever I feel like watching the original trilogy, I have on a thumb drive, I have the Laserdisc rips, which were the last like original versions.
Sure.
So, like in A New Hope, this is super nerd stuff, I know, but when Obi-Wan like lowers his lightsaber and the effect of the movie screen goes away and you can see the metal rod.
Yes.
It's still in that.
Yep, I know that exact scene that you're talking about, and it always looked weird to me because the rotoscope was just fucking terrible on that.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get the angle right to do it.
Yeah.
Of course, they did release them on DVD back in like 2005.
Not the same. They have the extra bonus stuff.
Even with they had the 2-disc set that had the theatrical releases.
So I remember my friends Alex and I bought those, and we were super excited because we were like, finally on DVD, even though we've had VHS tapes. And then like we got super excited, and it was like the 2-sided DVD or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we flipped it over, And you know how when you would buy a VHS tape, say this film's been formatted for this TV, blah blah blah.
Oh shit! It had a widescreen and a full screen.
Yeah, so it's like on a widescreen TV, and the box is like this big with the movie in it. You're like, this is ridiculous. Come on, George Lucas. Like, I just want to watch the original Star Wars. I want Han to shoot first. I don't want to see Hayden Christensen at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
I want the original Celebration song with the Ewoks. Come on.
Even, I tried to float that to my drummer who, when we're doing our stuff and, we've got our set timed out and shit, with the tape at the beginning that we have, I begged him to say, let's do Yub Nub at the end of our set. And that's when the fucking other band, when we're tearing down, that's what's playing on the fucking PA.
I love that so much. I love that so much.
But I will say that we do use the Thrawn theme from the Ahsoka series to come on the stage with, so
that's awesome.
So yeah, but it's totally cool, and I would love to, but he's like, no, we can't do that. It's like, why not? Maybe Galactic Empire should do that idea.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get behind that. Again, Jack and I are big pro wrestling fans, so just music is really important.
Yeah.
So our friends in Brujas del Sol from Columbus/Asheville, they stole the best theme song of all time because when they come on stage, Brooks and Dunn's Neon Moon plays.
That's perfect.
So at our album release show, we came on stage to Deanna Carter's Strawberry Wine.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll see if we can make that like a regular thing from here on out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
the whole
awesome.
crowd singing Strawberry Wine.
So you said you're wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you currently into both or either or? You got AEW or WWE?
We were going to a lot of AEW shows for a while. I haven't watched WWE for years. It's not for me anymore.
Yeah,
sure.
Too shiny.
Sure.
I watch WWE once in a while, but like Adam said, it's been several years since I followed it regularly. I was a WCW fan back in the day, so I've held a grudge against them ever since.
That's exactly right.
I get it. No, the new post Vince era is pretty good so far.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been pretty good with Triple H running the show.
Hey, hopefully it'll turn around, man.
With Triple H running the show. So I will show this. Since you said you are wrestling fans, this does set on my windowsill.
Oh, dude!
Oh, there you go.
That is fantastic.
Totally picked that up at the flea market here a couple months back. So, Jason's not really a wrestling fan, so he did watch night 2 of WrestleMania, though.
Yeah, my wife's like, I got Peacock. I was like, oh, I think WrestleMania is like free on there. So I watched it. I'm like, who the fuck are these people? I don't know any. All I knew was like The Rock, and like the champion has like one tattoo on his neck. And,
Oh,
like, it looks so out of place. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like,
hey,
like, who is
this guy?
It's horrendous.
I bet you they know who he is.
I know he's the American Dream's son, but like, dude, get a sleeve to at least take away from like the noticeability of your huge neck tattoo. There's nothing else around it.
Yeah. I remember when he debuted that, I thought it was fake, and then it never came off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be still. He might just do it every night. Who knows? But yeah.
No, he's got to be committed to do that still.
That'd be a good bit.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't really for me either. Yeah.
That's rough, I couldn't imagine doing that. That's insanity. Fucking, so hell yeah, man. So fucking, we've been like tangenting off here and there. It's been awesome. It's been just an awesome conversation so far. So we're looking to do new states tours. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and switch into Derailed since we've already done it anyways, and just ask you all some general questions. And I will start. I can't. This is already a fucking. The first question I pulled up, I can't even ask because you already have the stable name. What would be your stable name? Well, fuck, it's goddamn Horseburner. What the fuck? And so I can't even ask that. What is your least favorite storyline or angle ever?
Oh, my least favorite?
Your least favorite ever. You were WCW guys, you got to say NWO. No.
It was
NWO after 98, sure.
Yeah, it was great for the first year or so.
What was the thing where they had Scott Steiner like in love with the mop?
That was Perry Saturn.
Yeah,
that was Perry Saturn. That's funny because that was actually the story behind that is he got shit canned and he got.
Oh, they were trying to get him to quit. Right?
He hit the dude that he was wrestling potatoed him, which actually hit him. So he shit canned the guy, threw him out on his head. Fucking the dude like cracked his neck. And then he fucking proceeded to beat the piss out of him after that. And he was just enhancement talent. And so their punishment to him was they put him with a fucking mop. But he got over. But he got that fucking mop over. I will say that.
Perry Saturn goes down in history as one of the toughest dudes because, like, I don't know if you kept up. After he had retired and everything, he got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like stopping a woman from getting raped.
Yeah.
Like in public.
Yeah.
And he took a bullet, I think, to the neck or something like that and lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, I know he was in a coma for some time from that too. And he's had a series of like serious like health issues after it. I know that they did have like a Kickstarter out or not a Kickstarter, a GoFundMe page for him at one point. Which I totally get that. So
on the and it's only in the least favorite category, I think, because when I was a kid, I thought it was real and I was like freaked out when Kurt Hennig slammed the cage door on Ric Flair's head and he had a heart attack, and I thought he really had a heart attack.
That was horrific.
Oh yeah.
I just remembered that.
That's harsh. Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah. Anybody else?
Oh man.
I mean, fake Diesel, fake Razor Ramon. That's pretty awful.
Yeah. That was right around the time I was starting to get into it, so I didn't really know exactly what was going on at the time. It was only with hindsight you go back and watch and realize how fucking terrible it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who thought this was a good idea?
I know mine, and it's Katie Vick.
Oh
yeah, Katie Vick.
Yeah, rewatching at that point. So. Kane had sex with a corpse. Yeah,
and what's even better? What's even better is that is the storyline. But what's even better is going back and listening to like Bruce Pritchard's podcast, and he talks about Vince personally directing the scene of Triple H going in and screwing the mannequin in the coffin.
Yeah.
And Vince apparently did it first and said like something like, "You gotta get in here like this, damn it."
Oh, yeah.
And so to this day, that's probably the worst fucking storyline. Other than the Stephanie incest that never made it to screen.
And thank God that never happened.
Fucking talk about hindsight being 2020. What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm sure you've read about all the Vince stuff now.
Oh like, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
like, I've read.
Are you all Saturday Night Live fans?
To an extent, growing up, especially watching in like the mid '90s and stuff, especially that cast. Sure.
Yeah, I've not watched it really since then. But
fucking Will Ferrell plays Harry Carey on there. And he does. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, if the moon were made of cheese, what cheese would it be?
Asiago.
Ooh, nice. Jason? You got to answer a question too.
Yeah, I would probably say Gruyere cheese.
Nice.
That's good stuff. Yeah, it melts well.
On the moon, it's pretty soft. There's like a nice brie in there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, lunar regolith is actually like really dusty and dirty and whatnot. So I would say it's got a real similar consistency to like grated Parmesan.
But that was my first thought was Parmesan. Yeah. It's dusty and like.
Parmesan. I think Parmesan's pretty overrated. To be honest.
Talking about lunar regolith over here.
Yeah.
Parmesan's overrated.
Plus, if you buy it from Walmart, it probably has sawdust in it. So
gross. No, hang on now. Hang on, Jason. You're talking about the fucking the fucking box of fucking sprinkle fucking Parmesan. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, fuck that. You've got to get the fucking wheel of Parmesan. Like real shit.
I buy the Sargento shredded if it's on sale. Does that count?
I mean, I think it's processed too, so
I think it all like.
You know, that's one thing I don't bend on. Like, I want to fucking go to the deli to get cheese all the fucking time. Like, I don't like buying fucking the prepackaged shit, even if it's not individually wrapped. You know, like, you get like the fucking Kraft fucking American singles that are just like fucking 2 stacks in the package. No, fuck that. I want to go to the deli and get real cheese like Munster or whatever.
I mean, there's a common place for that cheap cheese, and it's not often, but every now and then you need that real cheap Kraft.
It's tour. That's what it is.
A good grilled cheese is not good grilled cheese without that shitty cheese on it.
Yeah, I'm about to say the shitty cheese is best for grilled cheese, hands down, I would say.
And burgers on a grill, come on, man. That shit melts unnaturally well.
Because it's unnatural.
Exactly.
Exactly, because it is unnatural.
But it's the perfect burger cheese. It's got the perfect melting point.
Yeah, I've tried just about everything. And always come back to that.
And my cheese would be like an old Irish cheddar.
Oh, fancy.
Yes. Total good stuff. Total awesome stuff. I don't know. Do you all have Aldi grocery stores there?
Yeah.
Their cheese, their like gourmet cheese selection is fucking top notch for a fucking discount store.
Yeah,
sure.
And the price is good too. I mean, it's pretty cheap.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it totally is. Fuck yeah. Jason, do you have a derailed question you'd like to ask?
Yeah, best Buc-ee's that you've been to.
Oh,
I saw the cup, so
yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's got to be one in Texas, I'm sure.
I don't know if you can see my.
Oh yeah, that's why he asked the question because he saw the cup.
Oh, that's.
I was gonna ask you something about Buc-ee's also.
Don't remember which one it was, but I think it might have been in Houston. It has like 150 gas pumps to it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's very similar to the Mall of America in Minneapolis, where like on one part, it's like the ultimate display of capitalism that kind of makes me sick. But on the other hand, my little hillbilly mind like can't comprehend how amazing this is.
Yeah.
You know?
I have a different answer.
The new one in Tennessee has 160 something pumps.
What?
Oh wow!
And
it's on 40.
Yeah.
In between Asheville and Knoxville, near like Pigeon Forge.
Huh? The closest Buc-ee's to us is in Richmond, Kentucky.
Yeah, I wanna see how many pumps it has because I swear it has a ton of them. 120.
The one in Richmond, Kentucky. I think it was like a 4 a.m. stop.
Oh
and
yeah.
They put out the breakfast burritos.
Oh.
And like I sat on the curb and ate that, and I was almost in tears. That shit was incredible.
Okay, so there's your tongue twister right there. If you fucking think of it, they do the brisket and they breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
So brisket breakfast burritos.
Brisket breakfast burritos.
Jesus. I loved the fucking $15 3 meat sandwich. The sausage, the brisket, and the fucking and the turkey or whatever. That is fucking amazing. And it is. It's like fucking like, you remember the movie Hook? It's like Thump eating that fucking burger. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, man.
Oh Oh, dude. I think the last one we stopped at, I got the double XL brisket sandwich. It was running down my chin like the cheap whore I am. It was great.
Yeah, the Buc-ee's is definitely the tour spot for sure. I mean, they need to have bands. If fucking Waffle House has a band, fucking Buc-ee's needs a band.
I play Buc-ee's.
So, dude,
if they'd have us.
Someone tried and they shut it down. So
okay. So here's the thing. We all know what it's like being independent musicians and making dick at shows, right?
Yeah.
So hypothetically, make anything? What? Yeah. So you always have the fucking places. Oh, you get exposure. If Buc-ee's paid you in food, would you fucking still play the show?
Yes.
You don't even have to finish that.
Didn't even let me finish. Yes.
We get 2 menus off the hot bar and a drink. I mean, two things off the hot bar and a drink, and I'm good.
No shit. Because even the cost of that alone, fucking, like when you're paying for it at the register, is, let's face it. Let's face it, it's probably a good $25 to $35. So, I mean, that's probably more than what most of us would individually take home at a show.
Yeah.
So my drummer Mike is a big fan of the Beaver Nuggets, and I was just like,
I gotta say I am too.
Well, it's like I've had these before, right? And it's like, what is this? And it's fucking like corn pops or whatever. Yeah, it's like the cereal, and it's like, dude, I totally wanted to fucking go, because the Richmond one is like fucking an hour and 20 minutes from me.
Oh, dude.
So I thought about going down there just to get them to fucking to have them as cereal.
Dude, my problem is, if I lived that close, I would do that. I wouldn't even have to. I'd be in the car. I'm there.
So for Matt, where Matt lives, who's, again, Matt's the one that's not here, he only lives 2 hours from the one in Richmond.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like, if I were in his position, I feel like I'd probably be there more often.
No shit. Definitely. Jason, what else you got?
As far as Buc-ee's goes, or anything?
Or anything.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Buc-ee's podcast.
Yeah, we should do that. No, dude, so if I got paid out in band stuff, my personal cut, it would be a brisket sandwich, half a pound of beef jerky, fountain drink, and a bag of beaver nuggets to take to my wife.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be my my rider.
The Buc-ee's rider. That's great. Yeah. You need to just start doing that. If you're anywhere you're going to play that's within that you're going to be driving to a Buc-ee's, have that put in the rider that they have to pay for your fucking food at Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Well, see, what gets on my nerves is, like, they have signs around me for the Buc-ee's in Tennessee, but, like, so I always have to look at these fucking billboards. It's like, dude, if you're not in the fucking state, keep the damn billboard out, because now you maybe want to just keep driving straight. And I need to get off this exit. You know, it's like, come on, guys.
Dude,
like, you're only 73 miles away. I'm like, well, that's one way, though. That's the problem.
We were driving on the Pennsylvania Turnpike recently, and there's a sign for Buc-ee's that's like
500 some miles
597 miles away.
And we almost went.
Yeah.
Just naturally start turning the van. I don't know.
Tempting. That's real tempting.
Yeah, that's where that's so funny that you're talking about the Pennsylvania Turnpike, because I was fucking listening to the Kevin Nash podcast right before we were doing this, and they were talking about fucking driving down the Pennsylvania Turnpike in a fucking snowstorm and shit. And they stopped to fucking eat at a fucking Cracker Barrel, and they were gonna be late, and fucking Nash walked in and goes, "Who the fuck booked this fucking piece of shit?" Just so he could get out. Just nobody's gonna give him any shit, right?
Yeah.
I like to say I'm not a Cracker Barrel hater myself.
What's that?
Kevin Nash beating. Speaking of angles that you hate in wrestling, going back, Kevin Nash beating Goldberg's streak.
Oh gosh.
I think I cried myself to sleep that night.
Oh. Yeah, but you know, Goldberg kind of just outed himself as a huge racist, though, too. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's yeah.
Here's the thing: I don't expect or want my pro wrestlers to be good people.
Yeah,
because
that's the exception rather than the rule.
Well, you know, that's funny that you say that because Ole Anderson said in his book that
speaking of bad people.
Yeah.
What's that?
Speaking of bad people, Ole Anderson.
Yeah. Well, he was just a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually tried to fucking really hurt anybody intentionally, but he was just a fucking dick. But he had sat there and said that, you know, wrestling has the most peculiar people in the world. They're the most interesting people because if they didn't have pro wrestling, many of them would probably be incarcerated.
Oh, yeah. Yes. 100%.
I feel like being in a band is kind of the same way. Sure. Some of the people that you meet on the road.
Yeah. And some of them are. Some of them do get. Some of them are incarcerated.
A lot of there, I feel.
And like, so I have long compared, well, everything to wrestling, but in particular, being in a band is like the closest thing to being a pro wrestler because you're on the road all the time. And I mean, like, a band like us, we're pretty physical on stage. Like, I've walked away from shows with black eyes, bloody lips, bloody noses, bloody hands, you know? Sleeping on the road, trying to eat what you can. Like, it's a very similar way to, like, live, you know?
Yeah. Oh, no, you're absolutely right. And I totally agree with that because it's the circus, essentially. You're going to a new town every day, and it's just like, okay, so you got to find shit to do. And then whatever else goes on there. And then fucking, it's like, what can go fucking wrong? Because, you know, you fucking fall down, you get fucking bruises, you fucking do shit on stage. Yeah, I think it's pretty well equivalent. Hang on. I'm switching over here. Do you think we always try to get a good conspiracy question going too?
Okay.
Do you think that the CIA has achieved the ability to brainwash or mind control people?
Oh, absolutely, man. Is that even a question?
I knew you would say yes to that, Jason.
Dude, I mean, come on. Like,
I've seen way too many Marvel films for this. No.
No, it's just, I've watched enough news to be like, dude, you people eat this shit up. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's the whole MK Ultra thing where they basically came out and admitted that that's they've been running those kind of experiments on citizens and whoever else.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even still, like even with subliminal messagery and advertising for like Camel cigarettes, they back in the fucking 30s and 40s they were doing that shit. So. Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know if it's happening. I don't know if it's necessary anymore because I feel like people are getting dumber.
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't believe in like backroom, behind door conspiracy theories in the government because they just tell us when they're screwing us over now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have to hide anything. They're just like, oh, we're doing this, by the way, and we're cutting these benefits, and people are just like, all right, cool, thanks, guys. So it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like the conspiracies are necessary anymore.
Yeah, it's like the fucking boxing thing where it's like, look up here. Sorry, that was a visual for the audio people out there. I'm sorry you didn't get to see that. But yeah, it's like, hey, look up here, smack, punch you in the fucking gut and shit. And you're right. That's really what it is. Is it necessary anymore? No, but maybe, I don't know, maybe in their quest to depopulate areas, maybe it is. Maybe they're brainwashing people to do that.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Or they just recruit some fucking people that are just fucking psychos.
There's also that, there's been all the talk recently, or I guess the last few years, about how like they were doing these studies and they found like this influx of like white supremacists infiltrating into the FBI and things getting all weird. So who knows?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
hard to
that's
tell.
My thing is the UFO stuff. They're like, no, it's just like we can't explain it, but it's not aliens. But it's like shit that happens like not even impossible in this world. They're like, nothing to see here. Everyone's like, oh, you're stupid if you believe in aliens. It's like, no, I think they've been here for a while. I actually think they came when the nuclear bombs went off in Japan. But that's just for me.
That's an interesting concept, Jason. I've never actually paid attention to that.
The complete vastness
Really?
of space and not believe there's some other life that exists.
Yeah.
Like it's
dude.
just I feel like it's almost mathematically impossible for it to not exist. Like
Sure.
I know like the whole thing, like we were positioned in just a certain way for everything to work right, but like come on, like there's got to be a definite way that happened elsewhere also.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, they'll come out and tell you there's aircraft that has gone underwater and traveled at 50 knots and made turns that are impossible to make at that speed, just like it's nothing. Like straight 90-degree angles. Like you go down, you go over, and you go straight up, and then there's no curve or nothing. It's just like these cubes and spheres and stuff, and they can't explain it. And they show video, but they're just like, it's not aliens. And it's like, but I see it right here. That's impossible. It's not something else. Like,
Right.
it's like, it's obviously something. Like, we're not alone out here because, like, there's just too much out here, you know?
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going full X-Files on this one.
No, dude, please, you be the Scully to my Mulder, because
Whoa, that just
let-
took a weird turn.
Yeah, man.
very story, and I'm not going to mention any names because people in my family don't like to be named because then people think they're crazy. But back in the 60s, there were people in my family, and look, maybe I'm an idiot. I believe them, all right? And they would tell these stories about what they were pretty sure, they never said for sure, they were pretty sure were like these alien encounters, right?
Right.
So, long time ago, when I was working, I was working stocking shelves at a grocery store, and I heard a coworker of mine, we had kind of become buddies, and I overheard him telling a story that his dad had told him. And it was about the motion of this craft that he saw, right? And I stopped dead in my tracks because the description that he gave was the exact same description that the person from my family described.
Yeah.
They did not know each other.
Wow.
My family and his family did not know each other, but they had the same exact story, described the motion of this thing the exact same way. And it was just like, full body chills. Like, I always thought the story was maybe kind of nonsense, but this is crazy. Yeah.
I really thought you were going to say Little Green Fell actually where the sauerkraut was.
No. None of that.
Respect the sauerkraut, by the way.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I don't know. So call me an idiot, call me gullible, but I gotta think there's something out there.
Well, yeah.
I want-
There is.
I had seen a snippet of an interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he was just like, imagine hypothetically that there are a sentient race of plants out there that have developed space travel, and they come to Earth and then look at vegetarians and notice that that all of the stuff that vegetarians primarily eat are the reproductive parts of the plants, the flowers and the blooms and the blossoms and shit like that. And then they notice that, holy shit, these people are also really insane because they practice in infanticide as well, like Brussels sprouts and, where it's like baby cabbage and baby carrots and baby corn and baby this and baby that. And it's like, they would be out of their fucking mind to fucking visit again.
Oh my god!
Get the hell out of here.
How long do you think it would take for somebody to smoke that plant, though?
Yeah.
Yes. That would be what it would be. Baby, it'd be like the part in the very end of They Live where the dude is with the prostitute and he's an alien and she's not.
Yeah.
It would be like that. He'd be like, cut your arm off so I can roll it up. You know, it would be some fucking dumb shit like that. So I have one more question, but before we get to it, as always, links are listed below, so please give a like, a share, and a follow. Go buy merch, go support on tour, do all of the things and all of the stuff. Do you have any shout outs or anything else you would like to promote today?
Well, we have very recently started working with a couple of food product companies. Want to give a big shout out to our friend Reverend Riff up in Pittsburgh, who's making our delicious hot sauce now. He makes hot sauce for a lot of great bands.
Hell yeah.
And it's fun for us, and it's delicious, so go buy that. And
does it contain real burnt horses? I'm sorry, I had to.
And then we're starting to work with this company called Oak and Crow Coffee, and they make delicious roasts, and now they're making one for us. So support them and their delicious product as well.
Yes, we may or may not have been drinking it this whole time.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Who knows?
Dude, I would love to have something like a fire roasted Metal Forge coffee.
Ooh, dude, that's the thing. A lot of bands do like beers and stuff. Like, just give me a nice coffee that I can enjoy.
We like a good coffee around here.
Yes, same.
I want to do something different, like a nice cough syrup or something, like something nobody else has ever done. You know, just like.
Dude, that is the most fucking white trash meth answer I think I've ever heard. Fucking, because they get you know
into this area. You see what we're dealing with down here.
Yeah, I've been there. Fucking Temptations Wings Sudafed.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Gardner, this is the most purest I've ever seen.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Jason, do you have any other question or shout out before we go?
Yeah. What's your favorite vinyl variant out of all the variants?
I'm an OG man. I like that first wave.
Okay. Like the swirls or the splatters or anything?
Yeah, I think the splatter.
Dude, that fucking
really?
that first one of fucking Voice is looking kind of fucking cool, where it's like red, blue, and white and yellow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. It's an absolutely gorgeous splatter. And then what were we saying with
that blue one?
The blue one's really nice too.
Ice blue. Love that color so much.
Yeah, those are cool. And how is it working with Blues Funeral now?
Oh man, it's great. Jad's such an awesome dude, and he's so driven and just ambitious, and it's, you know, he believes in what we're doing, and he believes in all of his bands across, you know, Blues Funeral and all the bands he works with on Magnetic Eye. You know, a bunch of our friends like Heavy Temple and Worshipper and Restless Spirit and Howling Giant. And then like on Blues Funeral we got Abrams and some of those other bands. Like, it's just it's good to be. And even back, you know, we were with Ripple, and we got nothing but love for Todd and Ripple Crew and all the bands over there. It's really awesome just how well all of us, because it's a small scene, like how much we all work together to push. And, you know, the saying, rising tide raises all ships and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's really great.
Definitely. You know, I was watching an interview, and I think it was one of the recent ones with Aaron Assant, and he had interviewed Aaron Wall from Redbeard Wall, and he was talking about like the part of their scene and like being on like Red Mesa, and how everybody on that label is just like hitting each other up, or whatever, or Desert Mesa, or Desert Records. Bam, finally get it right on the third fucking time. Jesus Christ. I'm thinking of another band that's on that label, and mixing the two fuck up. But no, how they're just all constantly like, hey, hook up, can you gotta hook up with shows in your area, or, you know, just doing just the networking ability of it is great.
It is. And like, what's really cool, I think, is overall the lack of outrageous egos involved in this scene. Like, pretty much everybody is a good hang, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not anybody trying to big time anybody else. It's just like good people making genuine connections. It's not just, you know, quote unquote networking. It's like, these are my friends. And it's awesome.
Sure. Totally, I dig that. So my final question of the day is, and Jason, you have to answer this too. What unexpected movie made you cry?
Made me cry?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Probably Conan the Barbarian.
Oh god damn!
When he finally cuts off Tulsa Dude's head, and throws it down the steps.
Not
like, you can just
not tears of joy, asshole.
You know?
No.
No, I would say okay. On it, like real answer, like as far as like recent one is like Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Oh,
have you guys seen that? Yeah, I mean that's like you don't cry, you don't have a soul. That shit's fucking crushing, dude.
No, I have not seen that.
Well, don't because you'll fucking cry too. It's fucking
Jesus.
bad. It's really bad. Yeah, when people throw around the word like Nazi and stuff, like just like out there, like it means something. Like watch that movie and then call someone a Nazi and see if you can really believe it, dude. That shit is fucking evil, man.
Yeah.
I think it's more. I think it's more emotional movie than Schindler's List, and Schindler's List is pretty bad too. But this one's fucking really bad.
Right. All right,
that's
guys.
it. But yeah, Conan's still pretty. It's tears of joy.
Of course, yeah.
And that fucking soundtrack, dude. Don't even get me started, man. Hands down, best movie score / soundtrack fucking ever. So.
Oh.
Made me a man at 4.
Yes. All right, guys.
All right. So, this is true. I recently rewatched for the first time since like 1998 when it came out. I recently, like just a little bit ago, rewatched Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not too proud to admit that when Bruce Willis tricks Ben Affleck so that, you know, he can go home and marry his daughter, and Bruce Willis saves the day, and he tells Ben Affleck he loves him, I had a tear in my eye.
Oh, I get that.
It was very tender moment.
We're talking unexpected movies that made us cry, right?
Yeah.
Because I saw the Iron Claw recently, and that was to be expected because I knew that was going to be sad.
Heartbreaking.
Unexpectedly made me cry was Godzilla -1.
Dude, I really want to watch that, man. I can't wait till it comes on streaming. So I can see.
It is the best Godzilla movie. I
really want to see it, man. I'm pretty excited about it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I've not seen every Godzilla movie, but I've seen.
Well, now, who has? I mean, there's so many.
Dude,
yes.
I actually just bought a copy of Rodan.
Nice.
Yes.
So, like, I'm the worst person to ask this question to.
Ryan's never seen a movie.
Ryan doesn't watch movies.
I've seen like 2.5 movies ever. It's a running joke in the band. They'll say something, go, "That's a movie, Ryan." Like, I'm sorry, I don't know anything.
I quote Dumb and Dumber like daily, and he doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's so sad, and that makes me cry.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Be like, big bitch, huh? Well, see you later. And he's just, you know, it's very sad.
I was like, yeah, I can go for a soda right now. Sounds good.
For me, oh God, I don't know. Like, see, I just, it's like the fucking guy in the meme where he's like, "You're just old and soft," you know, that where he's screaming about metalheads being old and soft now. There can be, it doesn't even have to be an emotional scene. It can be an emotional fucking moment. And probably I would say the last thing that made me fucking, was like, had it like a little beep, a little squirt of tear was probably the Thrawn scene in Ahsoka. When he comes on the screen for the first fucking time and being like 30 years in the making of seeing a live action version of him was just like, oh my fucking God, it's him.
Yeah, I'm there with you, dude. And I kind of felt the same way when the the DH Luke Skywalker came back.
Yeah,
because it's like that's one of my childhood heroes, and there he is, the version I always wanted to see. There he is. So yeah, I'm with you there, man.
Wait, especially when they sit there and said it's X-Wing type with a call tag of Red 5. I was like, oh my God.
I just got goosebumps right now.
Yeah. So, like I said, by the time we're recording this to the time this is released, fucking a lot of shit's changed. On our way out today, guys, thank you so fucking much. This has been fucking awesome. I appreciate this. Glad we could actually sit down and do this and have Jason here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Fuck yeah, this has been fun as shit. So on the new album, Voice of Storms, what do you all want to play out?
Let's do boys, any thoughts? Do we have 9 minutes for an outro?
Sure. We can do anything around here.
Then yeah.
Let's.
Brian said, "Let's do the last track. Let's do Widow."
Oh, here it is. This is Jason.
Leaning the Getty Lee on that one.
Oh fuck yeah, Jason. Thank you as well. This is Widow, the Hunt and the Prize. Yeah. For 45 years in keeping Louisville weird, Electric Ladyland has been there for all your eccentricities. While they do offer the best smoking supplies out on the market today, there's a whole lot more to check out. From ashtrays and blacklight posters, to records, incense and burners, and items to stock your metaphysical supply. They are open from 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Located at 2325 Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky, and at electricladyland420.com. Roll out.